What's up, everybody? Good to have you with us today because it is the penultimate round of Season 3 of the Speed Racing Series presented by Middle Road Energy. We are getting ready to hit the high banks of Talladega Superspeedway in central Alabama for round 19. And this race is super important to our three championship contenders. RJ Bishop, James Ellison, and Scott Roush are the only three drivers with a mathematical shot at the title. Bishop goes into this round 93 points over Ellison, while Roush is way back in third, 288 points behind. Anyway, this track is the most feared out of all the ones we go to. It's a nightmare for the team owners and the drivers, but exciting for the fans. Will either of the point favorites have a clean day, and how crazy of a race will we get to see? Get ready, fans, and expect the unexpected. It's Talladega time. Winning the pole for this one, the very first one of his career, is rookie Mac Johnson for Nova Sport. We still have yet to see a rookie contender win a race this season, so who knows, perhaps it'll be the driver of the 25 today and get a second straight win for that team. But anyway, this is a big, bad racetrack. Everyone in this crowd today is going to expect to see some high speeds, high intensity, high pressure, and high stakes for every driver in this field. When will the big one strike? Who will be lucky enough to get away from the chaos and fight for the win at the end of 76 laps? It is time to set the beast free and let it run wild. We are underway at Talladega. Three wide for the lead through the tri-oval to complete the first lap. Give it to the 21 of Vince Freeze at the line. Freeze gets it with DJ Curtis, Brantley Gage, and now Luke Martin way down to the inside. And it looks like Martin will emerge with the lead by the time they get off turn 2. And check out this pack. 3, 4 wide, multiple rows deep, down the back straightaway. We're only a lap and a half old in this thing, and you can tell they're just racing for 2 to go at this point. But Martin's got the 2 energy drink cars behind him of the 65 of Gage, Lucas Catano in the 83, and the Nashville winner. Looks like the top 4 or 5 are going to try and stay single file, but you can just see everyone fans out so wide. Second straight lap left for Martin. Gage tries to peek in the middle there. The other rookie for Nova Sport. Pole setter Mac Johnson's nowhere to be seen now. Here comes Shade Eves in the 47, who had that fantastic run at North Wilkesboro. He's looking for another strong run today. You got Shane Sides in the 41 behind him. Great to see him. Running up near the front, Nick Breeding in the 00, Zachary DeLello in the 15, and it's basically a hornet's nest, everyone behind him. And there's that red 25 who sat on the pole. He's already drifted outside the top 20 as he's racing around Jesse Turner, Christian Vargas, Sean Ard, as he looks to find a place in line. There's the orange 61, one of the title favorites, James Ellison. And you see a few rows ahead, there's the 50 of Roush, the hometown hero, may I add. He's an Alabama native in that 50 car. And you also got RJ Bishop in the 38. Every one of these guys wants to be lucky enough to escape away from the big one and be able to be a contender for the win. But in order to win at this place, you have to first survive. And that's not just a goal for them, but everyone that you see on your screen here. Zayden Davidson and the Papa John's machine shooting down low to the inside for S3 Motorsports. His teammate Harrison Riley is going to try and help him out in the 24. But it's Eves up to second as Luke Martin leads the pack off turn 4 and comes to the line again. Your winners of both Daytona duels to start the season. They occupy positions 1 and 2 now with Martin in the lead, but here comes that green 48 of Cody Lamas to try and attempt to take the lead from him down the super stretch. These Martin Motorsports Fords have shown most of the season to be quite quick on these super speedways, and the 48 and 54 are definitely the shining examples of that team. Eves in the 47 staying down low where the momentum is. Smart move by him. The inside line is preferably the line you want to be in, because if you get caught up high like Lucas Catano's doing to him right there, if you're on the outside, you could risk getting freight trained and falling a number of positions. Anyway, Catano is going to strike for second, being pushed by the 21 of Freeze. And here's your proud defending winner from a week ago, Aiden Smith, finally sealing up win number 1 in his own equipment for Novasport. He's surrounded by both of his rookie teammates right here, Gates to the outside and Johnson to the inside, who was recovered after falling into the back of the pack, trying to get up to P1 once again. But Smith definitely on cloud 9 after that win at Homestead. And these Novasports are handling quite well in the thick of this lead pack, so who's to say that either one of the Novasport cars can get a second straight win. The 25 was quick enough to be on the pole, so their chances, I'd say, are pretty good too. Here's the S3 Motorsports teammates of Jacob Puholtz and Roberto Crown Jr. Puholtz looking to end a long winless streak of his own, going back to his lone career win at Rockingham last season. But so far it's Freeze and Lamas. They look to pull away as the pack just keeps widening out down the Alabama Gaines super stretch. Issues for the 17 of J.D. Martin as his car is slowing down drastically at the exit of turn 2. So something mechanically has gone horribly wrong on that 17 Dodge for Highside Racing. Very tough break for J.D. as we're only on lap number 10 of this race. He's going to park his car on the back straightaway. I fear that that's going to draw a yellow flag, and yes it will. Caution is going to fly on the speedway on lap 11, and I don't believe the leaders have taken it. They are going to race back. Cody Lamas is your leader, Noah Hart following. But that's unfortunate again for this Highside Racing team. They were hoping to have a trouble-free day, just cruise around in the back and get some laps. Very tough break for that team. He does have his teammate in the race still, the 95 of Aiden Graham. But as the field goes through the tri-oval, it's going to be an easy lead for the 48 of Lamas. He will take it, as the pace will get slow for the first time today, and who knows, we may see some pit stops this round. And yes, indeed, everyone else is on pit road for their first stops of the afternoon. But it appears nobody's going with tires on these stops. It appears these teams are only giving them fuel this time. But leading the way off the pit road, how about the 00 of Nick Breeding? Great pit stop by his crew, as he will take over the lead for this upcoming restart with Lamas next to him. Unfortunately for Martin in the 17, it was indeed a suspension failure, and that has sent that car to the garage. So Martin will not complete any more laps today. But how about this front row, Nick Breeding? Him and his team with a little quick and stop, splash and go. Is what can he do with this top spot? He gets to control this. Cody Lamas next to him. Lap 16, and we're back to green again. Cody Lamas takes the lead as we actually have a car having problems in the back of the pack. Oh, looks like the 43 of Austin Rogers. He's got some sort of issue going on. Oh, that held up Hairgel Alonso, Jesse Turner, and James Ellison big time. And yeah, that 43 is not moving any faster. Sucks for the rookie out of Tennessee, Austin Rogers. And to a stop he comes. And another caution flag is going to come out here at Talladega Superspeedway. And again, we're going to be racing back to the line. Freeze takes over the point. But that is a shame for this Lake Effect 43 team. This has kind of been the story of their season. Not much to really show. As the 18 of Noah Hart tries to take over for the 21 of Freeze, and he's going to do it. Noah Hart will lead at this second caution flag of the day. Back for another trip on pit road for most of the field. But as you see, pit crews is starting to put tires on these cars finally. As there's Vince Freeze, DJ Curtis, their crews put tires on their cars, but zooming away is Zachary Fitzwater. He'll be the new leader on this restart, as it'll be a Rambler 1-2 with Bishop behind him in the 38. 2 cautions in 20 laps. Makes me wonder if we're ever going to get a long green flag run in this race. But as you see in the back row, Rogers is back on the racetrack. It turned out to be a tire problem that he had on the 43. James Ellison restarting on the last row with him too. but it's Bishop and Fitzwater, the Rambler Racing teammates. These Rambler cars, they dominated Daytona, leading over 3/4 of the race. Now that they're at the front of the field again, we'll have to see what magic they have. Lap 21, and here we go again racing as the 38 is going to get the jump over Fitzwater. As you can tell, that inside line, something in it just isn't making the control car going, or the outside line is just better at launches, whatever it may be. But it's an armada of Dodges here in the top 5. Vince Freeze looking to join his 2 teammates ahead of him as he goes by Shane Sides, who's having a great day for that Railfan Motorsports team. They did have some technical help from Rambler coming into this weekend, so the 41 has some more power under that engine. It's able to let him hang with these front-running cars. Fitzwater and Bishop side by side. Fitzwater, the winner of Daytona, looking to sweep the superspeedway races in Season 3. As again, RJ Bishop, your points leader coming into this round, 93 points ahead of James Ellison, who's way back in the pack, as you see. But it's about that time where the contenders are going to start shuffling everywhere, all over the place. Cody Lamas to the inside to reclaim the lead again in the 48. Aaron Jordan, the rookie for pole position racing in the 12 car. He's also running really good. Brantley Gage and Yoshika Sakamoto also making their presences known up in the top 5. But this is going to be a common theme that you'll be seeing throughout the day. Just a lot of these contenders trading places, shuffling lines. Pretty much most of the day long is going to be what you're going to see most of this thing, which is the beauty of it. I mean, pack racing, definitely can't argue against it and what it produces. But why don't we focus on this 87 car here of Dylan Young for Spa, who actually did just recently announce that he will be stepping away from full-time competition at season's end. So it's just this race today in Atlanta before he hangs up the helmet to pursue other endeavors. And us in the Speed Racing Series definitely wish Dylan Young the best going forward. But after Atlanta, he's going to move on, but he'll give this thing 2 last shots. He will forever be known as a Speed Racing Series winner. He did get that win at Portland in round 4, so no one can take that away from him. It'll give it everything he's got on the inside line. He should be close to getting to the front pretty soon. But right now, it's Zachary DeLello being pushed by DJ Curtis as the pack storms for the lead on the back straightaway. After more shuffling around through the pack, Cody Lamas sails to the lead again in the 48 car for the Martin team. As everyone's doing their usual thing, just trading places, shuffling lanes, just keeping these fans on their feet in the stands at Talladega. There's the red 85. He's one of the hometown heroes as well. Major Robinson, also a native of this state. But there's that orange 61 underneath him, James Ellison, who restarted on the last row, may I remind you. And he has already shot up to 4th place. And that is key for the driver who's runner-up at the points coming in. You can't get down to the inside right there as Logan Cloud is there. But Ellison, as long as he remains ahead of that 38. Oh, there's trouble off turn 4. The big one. And the 38 is in it. RJ Bishop involved in this wreck through the tri-oval. Dylan Young is around. Aiden Smith also in it. Oh, no, more wrecking on the front straightaway. Oh, watch out, everybody. What on earth happened here? Coming out of the tri-oval. Fitzwater's in it. Christian Vargas, Brantley Gage, Mac Johnson, your pole sitter, he's heavily involved. Your pole sitter's car torn up. And there's his teammate Brantley Gage as well. But there is the big story. RJ Bishop, the man atop the point standings, crawls his car wounded along the front straightaway here at Talladega. We were wondering when it would come, and on lap 30, the big one has definitely arrived. Lamas escapes with the lead, but that is bad news for all these torn-up cars involved. Edward Ziemba, he's involved in the 82. Joseph Srigley in the 11. There's Aiden Smith with left side damage. All 3 Nova Sport cars were involved in this. And there is the 61 and the 50. They both got away. So that is great news for Roush and Ellison, as their main rival in the points is going to take a hard hit once this day is done. Going to follow along with Bishop for this replay and see how this whole thing starts off at turn 4. And right there, he comes up and makes contact with Zayden Davidson, which spins Bishop into the pack. And right there, that impact with Dylan Young is what's going to give that 38 a whole ton of damage. Of course, that's not all there was to it. Let's follow the 65 of Brantley Gage here. They wreck below him. They come up and make contact with him. He shoots way down to the inside, nearly hitting the wall, but he's in the grass. He has no control, and up into the 35, into Strigley, and all hell breaks loose from there. The 82, the 81, the 7, the 25, the 41, and lots of others. Everyone darting in every direction possible to try and miss the carnage. One last look at this incident in slow-mo from the helicopter cam. You see they're 5 wide getting off at turn 4, and eventually they're going to run out of space. Bishop is going to make contact with Davidson. He gets turned into Aiden Smith. The 65 of Gage, the 21 of Freeze gets a piece. Johnson also gets damaged in the 25. Gage misses the inside wall by a little bit, but then Dylan Young comes along with nowhere to go and hits Bishop. But this is where it really gets troublesome. Gage, he's still going nearly at top speed all the way in the grass. He can't control the car, and right into Zayden Davidson. And then the 11 of Strigley is an innocent bystander in this too. And with both these cars going around, there's little options for the rest of these guys to go. Johnson, Ziemba, Sides, Vargas, they all get involved. Sean R., Lane Sanders, one of the home state drivers, he also gets damaged, as these guys do their best to weave their way through the trouble. And I believe that is all the cars that got involved. But most notably, that orange 38 of RJ Bishop. This is a costly incident for him in the point standings. Who knows if he's even going to be sitting atop the point standings for this. I don't see any chance that 38 gets back on track. RJ Bishop's on board through this incident, as his point lead is greatly in jeopardy because of this. Next is your pole sitter, Mac Johnson, who goes from winning the pole to winding up in the dumpster. Last up is Brantley Gage, who's going to end up making this accident a lot bigger than it should have been. As for those who were fortunate to make it by the wreck, they come down for service once again on lap 30. Looks like it'll be fuel-only stops for the rest of the field, as it looks like it's the Toyota of Zachary DeLello who will take over P1 when we go back green. On your leaderboard, some of the guys knocked out of the race due to that pileup include Ziemba, Gage, Strigley, Johnson, Fitzwater, and most glaring of all is RJ Bishop in 42nd, who's only going to score 1, maybe 2 points today. And that is major news for James Ellison and Scott Roush, who are vying to hunt him down and take this title fight to Atlanta. In the meantime, Zachary DeLello in the Aaron's Toyota, he's got control of the field as we're back to green on lap 34. How much of a green flag run are we going to get? Clearly that restart did not pan out in DeLello's favor. Our Lamas is going to shoot out to P1. Ellison beside him in the 61. Roush behind him in the 50. Funny enough how the two guys still in mathematical contention for the title are trying to help each other out, when you think they would be working against each other. Roush needs to make up the most points out of all. He came into this race 288 points back Still mathematically alive, but he's got to basically win this, and he also needs to rely on Ellison having problems too. Anyway, Logan Cloud in the 20, DJ Curtis in the 19. They vie to get up to their Martin Motorsports teammate of Lamas, who's leading this thing, but here's the other Toyota in Shade Eves looking to derail those plans with Sakamoto drafting him in the 66. Good job by Sakamoto not being a part of the carnage, as she had a real rough race at Homestead. She was in the top 4 in the hunt to win it before she had a flat tire right as she came off pit road during her last pit stop, and that took her out of winning contention. But she's here today to redeem herself from that incident, and now the Martin teammates go 1, 2, 3. But here comes Roush in pursuit of the lead. You know the crowd is going to cheer loudly when they see that 50 car get into the front position. And here he comes, and you should hear all of his hometown fans and family in the stands. They are screaming loudly for Roush to get today's victory. Of course, it'd be important for him to win with regards to the championship chase, but just for hometown pride, he would want to get a win at this place more than any track we go to. So Roush has a great opportunity to do that too, but Curtis, he'll go back to the point. Here's Robinson, the 85. He's another Alabama native, like I mentioned before. He's got a good chance to get that done too, and you see there's a separation now between the two packs. There's Roberto Crown Jr. in 20th in the 46 car, and then Shane Sides. These guys are all fighting for 21st. You got Sean Art stuck back here, Vince Freeze, Kyle Rigger in the 10, Derek Hamill in the 99, Hergel Alonso in the 14. Two of the ARC Racing teammates are in this little gaggle of cars. Then you got Christian Vargas in the 81, who got a piece of that accident, and Austin Rogers in the 43, who got the courtesy pass to get back on the lead lap. But it's the top 20 that have zoomed away from all these guys as the 03 Beholtz chases down Curtis, and as we officially have reached the halfway point. Angel Gutierrez in the 3 car right here. He's sustained damage in that lap 29, big one, as he is the last of the cars running on the racetrack in 36th. But if there's other ones too, there's Dylan Young up here in the distance. Lane Sanders, his car is wounded as well. And you got this little pack of cars fighting for 29th position. Aiden Smith is in this one. There's Skylar Taylor in the 71. Ricky Freeman Jr. in the 23, who's back in action with Fast Track Racing. Aiden Graham in the 95. Cody Goforth in the 5, leading that little pack of cars. But it looks like the field is going to run up on Gutierrez first. DJ Curtis is the one who's going to have to choose which lane to go in. And it looks like the top side will be the answer. And I think the officials are actually pulling over the 3. I believe he is not able to make a minimum speed from what I'm being told. So that's a bummer. Gutierrez, he's going to have to take it behind the wall for the day. And he's not going to be able to finish this one, it looks like. Nope. The tough season continues for him and that Crossroads Racing team. But that does leave us with this little pack of 20 cars, going back to Zayden Davidson right there, as Vince Freeze is in 21st, 8 seconds back. And I'm afraid unless a yellow comes out, there's not really going to be any likelihood that this pack of cars is going to be able to run down the top 20. He's got Hamill working with him, Ard, Alonso, and the rest of these guys back here. Christian Vargas also got damage in that crash, but he's not able to keep pace with these guys, it looks like. But back up here, the Martin teammates still in control. All 5 of their cars are still in contention. Matter of fact, DJ Curtis is going to run up on Dylan Young now, as his second to last race in the series doesn't look like it's going to go the way that it planned. And Curtis, he's going to escape on the outside again. And all the rest of the cars are going to be trapped behind the 87. Not good news at all for those in the middle and the outside lanes. It looks like Ellison is going to be the lucky one to escape on the low side. Down the back straightaway. Is Ellison going to make a run on him here? Yes, Ellison will jump to the inside. An easy pass to take the lead for James Ellison. And I believe this is actually going to be his first official lap led today if he can get to the finish line and lead it. And that's going to be another important bonus point with Bishop being out of the race. This will be important for Ellison to claim, and it looks like he's handily going to do it. Ellison gets 1 lap led on the day. Oh, and we got a car smoking down the back straightaway, and it's Harrison Riley in the 24 for S3 Motorsports. And that engine has gone bye-bye on that machine on lap 50, and he's going to make the crawl of shame towards pit road. And that is going to be his day down the drain here at Talladega. Your winner at Michigan. He's been trying to salvage whatever he could left of this season ever since that win. But unfortunately, this is not going to make things any better for him in that 24 team. As his day is going to end prematurely, they'll bring it to his team and park it for the day. And that's Harrison Riley out. Next lap car the field's going to get to is Lane Sanders in the 86, who now runs 33rd after the 24's engine expired. And here goes Curtis again. He's using that outside line to perfection to negotiate around lap traffic. That's been his best friend whenever he encounters lap cars. He just zips right up to the high side and away he goes. Genius driving by the driver out of the Missouri. As his teammate and boss man Luke Martin, Cody Lamas, and Logan Cloud making it a Martin 1, 2, 3, 4 as the field drives by the 86, and it looks like James Ellison, Davidson, and Aaron Jordan are going to be on the receiving end of that deal. They're going to lose a little bit of momentum. More like a lot of momentum, I should say. Ellison, the 61, the 35, and the 12 not faring as well with getting around that 86, and that's again a shame for Lane Sanders to get damage in that pileup. At least he's still running on the track, and he is in the courtesy pass position, technically speaking. But since he is from Alabama originally, just like Roush and Robinson, he was hoping to have a better homecoming return versus this. He definitely didn't want it to pan out this way. These two drivers that have fallen off the lead draft, they run by themselves in 18th and 19th, as you see. The 46 of Roberto Crown Jr. and the 94 of Jesse Turner, your winner at Mosport for round 11, as they've been running in their own little tandem since falling off the pack. And the 46 of Crown is actually pitting. Interesting move right here. I mean, I know everyone has to pit at least once more, but I find it odd that the 94 didn't go down with him. The 94 still on the track. The 46 of Crown comes in. I believe this is scheduled. We restarted on lap 34. Yeah, maybe we might be in the pit window. After all, we'll have to see who comes in and joins the 46. Meanwhile, it's still business as usual at the front of the field. Lamas leads it over Kitano, Sakamoto, DeLello, and Hart, the top 5. We saw Crown in the 46 hit pit road, so it makes me wonder if others are going to do the same. Yes, they do. Aaron Jordan makes an erratic dive onto pit road and cuts off a series of drivers while doing so. The 47 of Eves is affected. Robinson, Breeding, Roush, Ellison, and Davidson, they got hurt badly by the 12 coming as late as he did to pit road entry. I definitely don't get why Jordan waited so late to duck to pit road, especially from the outside, but we're going to have to see going forward how badly that's going to hurt these 6 cars. How about this time for these leaders as they go through turns 4? Yep, it looks like a few of them are signaling to pit road. The 66, the 54, and the 18, they're going to choose to come here on lap 57. How about others? Yep, Davidson, Roush, Eves, and Breeding. So the green flag pit stop cycle is officially underway here at Talladega. Turnage coming down in the 94. You got Sanders, who's a lap down. You got Sean Ard, who's off the pack. So, yep, looks like eventually the pit stop cycle is going to affect everyone else as the leaders navigate their way down the backstretch. The 12 of Jordan coming off pit road. The 87 of Dylan Young, they're actually putting him a lap down right here as his rough day continues. I think that's his second lap going down now. But how about this time for the leaders? Lamas, Curtis, and Kitano, your top 3. They're going to stay out along with Pujols and Cloud. But Sanford and DeLello, they're going to come down pit road here. Here's the top 5 that chose to stay out that time by. And signaling to pit road is the 19, the 83, and the 20. So Lamas and Buchholz, they're going to stay out. They're actually going to tag along with the 12 who just came off pit road. And at least they're going to maintain a draft that way. You see Freeze and Hamill pulling off pit road. The 00 and the 50, they hit pit road as well. And it's going to be a matter of time before Lamas and Buchholz choose to duck the pit road as Robinson is making his stop. And now we see the 48 and the 03 make their way to pit road on lap 60. Lamas and Buchholz come in for their final pit stops of the day. And that should complete the cycle for everybody for their green flag pit stops. We should be A-OK to make it to the end on fuel from here. And it'll be a matter of time. We'll have to see how the 48 and the 03 fare once their pit stops are done as they come in. Just like that, both drivers are done with their pit stops, and the way they go off pit road the same way they came in. Lamas gets credited with leading that lap over Buchholz, and this is the moment of truth. This is where we find out who is going to join these two on the racetrack as they come on by. Lamas getting a great exit on the apron of 1 and 2. Buchholz not so much. I'm afraid he might be at a disadvantage here as they get onto the back straightaway. And there's the first few cars. Luke Martin in the 54. He emerges as the lead car in that pack. You also got Sakamoto, Hart, Curtis, Kitano, and Sanford. There's Jordan and Cloud there, lagging a little bit behind there. Easily going to get by the 03. And how about the 48? Oh no, what's this? Martin, he's back on the apron. He's got a problem. The 54 has a problem. Flat tire, I'm being told, on the 54 of Luke Martin. And oh, that is just gut-wrenching news to see. Luke Martin, he was in third, about to overtake for second. And now he's coming back down pit road again to change that tire. And that is going to derail his plans greatly, just like that. Oh my goodness me. At least he's going to be able to continue on. He's going to have to hope and pray hard for a caution now. But as he's getting that tire changed, we go back to the lead pack. Sakamoto and Hart go by the 48. They are your top two. Your top five, all within that screenshot. Hart, Sakamoto, Curtis, Lamas, and Kitano. Maybe Sanford if he's able to stay behind these guys. But it's going to be a 5-car race here for the lead. Maybe 6 if Sanford can hang on. Then you got Buchholz in 7th, Cloud, Jordan, and Ellis in the top 10. Behind him is Roush, Robinson, DeLello, Reading, Eves in 15th. Then you got Crown, Davidson, pace cars right there. Then this race for 18th place with Freeze, Turner, and Hamill in the top 20. Then behind him you got Hergel Alonso, Austin Rogers, Shane Sides. Lane Sanders is the lap down. There's Sean Arden, 24th. Then you got Kyle Rigger in 25th, Cody Goforth, Skylar Taylor, Ricky Freeman Jr., and Christian Vargas in 30th. Aiden Smith and then Aiden Graham, the 2. Aiden's 31st and 32nd. And then Luke Martin on the very tail end of the lead lap as here comes the leaders to swarm him up. 4 wide now as they head to the rear end of the 54. Who's going to come out on the winning end of this one? Will Curtis maybe do it again on the outside? He's trying, but I think the advantage might be with the 18 and the 83, and yes, they will get the advantage to get to the inside of the ailing 54 of Luke Martin, as Martin is going to do his best to remain on the lead lap, as they're going to look to approach the 95 of Aiden Graham now, the high side racing driver. It's about what lane you choose and the luckiest possible outcome you can get. Martin is going to emerge away from that one the cleanest. The 18 goes down to the inside. Hart will officially claim the lead at the stripe. Sanford in second. Then Lamas, Kitano, Sakamoto, and Curtis. 2 of these drivers, being the 48 and the 19, still have never won a race in their careers to this point. They each have a pair of runner-up finishes each, but they hope to change that today as Aiden Smith is the next lap car to go a lap down now. Oh no, this isn't good to see at all. Sean Arden, the 31, with engine issues at the bottom of turn 2. There goes the 6 leaders on by. But that's a real gut puncher for him in that 31 Crossroads team. He crossed the line in 24th last time by, as he is not going any faster on the back straightaway. He has come to a stop. Is that going to draw a yellow flag? Yes, it will. Caution comes out at Talladega, and this race is going to get a whole lot more exciting now. Here come the leaders into the tri-oval. Noah Hart shows the way. Curtis to the inside. Here goes the 54. Martin trying to get back on the lead lap. At the line, he will. Luke Martin will be able to unlap himself in that 54 machine. He may have just saved his race with that move, but at the line, DJ Curtis is going to have possession of the lead. But now, because of the 31 having engine issues and coming to a stop on the backstretch, just look at everybody be drawn right back into the mix. And we may possibly have one entertaining finish on our hands for you folks here at Talladega Superspeedway. Don't go anywhere. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I really believe you're going to be in store for one of those all-time classic nail-biters here for the Speed Racing Series presented by Middle Road Energy. Just 5 more laps of racing when they get back to the line, and we're going to be here with you the whole way for it, whether this race ends under checkered or yellow. 30 cars on the lead lap, all of them with a great shot to win. Curtis and Hart on the front row. What about Scott Roush and James Ellison in row 5? Can either of them get the win and score maximum points against RJ Bishop? Can all these drivers even make it back without another big one? Fans, get to their feet. Here they come. Green flag back in the air. 5 laps left here at Talladega. Hart getting the better advantage of Curtis on that restart. Here come the 3 teammates. 1, 2, 3 onto the super stretch. Lamas jukes to the left to get to the inside of Curtis. He wants to pursue the lead away from Hart. Hart trying to go for his second win of the season. He won at Chicagoland. Meanwhile, Curtis or Lamas, neither of them have ever won in their Speed Racing Series careers. But Lamas is going to follow the 18 with the 50 of Roush pushing him. And all that home crowd advantage, they've got to be helping as hard as they can now. But no, Logan Cloud and Lucas Catano, they're going to go 4 wide through the tri-oval. And that's exactly what Noah Hart needs to see. He needs to see these guys get ultra competitive with each other and push each other to the outside. That's only going to help him out. They settle it down to 3 wide for second. Here comes Catano, who used to drive for Martin Motorsports, mind you. He's got Shade Eves pushing him along, another Toyota. But no, Eves gets kicked up to the middle. Here comes James Ellison. You know he wants those max points for the race win. He's going to push the 83 by Noah Hart, going into 3. Can Lucas Catano give the Red Bull Racing Team one more win before they shut their doors in 2 more races? James Ellison, he's glued to the back bumper of the 83, but he gets kicked up to the middle. Here comes the 2 pole position teammates on the inside. DeLello and Jordan, they're on the inside now. They're going to see if they can lend assistance to Catano. 3 to go. 3 Toyotas, all on the inside line. Catano, DeLello, and Jordan. DeLello, he hasn't won since his big win in the Season 2 Daytona 250. You know, he wants to put that long winless streak to an end. He's going to go to the inside. The 12 is left up, out to dry. DeLello with a real good run. He's going to try and go solo beneath Catano. Here's Major Robinson, another home stater, cutting down to the inside. He'll try and push the 15 now. DeLello with help from Robinson. Catano with help from Jordan. This thing is far from over. 2 laps to go. Catano leads another lap. Robinson down to the inside, 3 wide. He's tired of waiting. He's going to pull out to the inside now. How about this for Robinson? This would be big if he were to get the win today as well. But now here comes Vince Friese in the 21. He's also been fast on the super speedways, still looking for career number 1 himself. Can he go down to the middle? No, here comes the 14 of Hergel Alonso. What's he doing up here? Hergel Alonso for ARC Racing. Can he pull up the upset win in the Dodge? Off of turn 4, no, he's not going to be able to. Roberto Crown Jr. pushes him up high. Cody Lamas, Derek Campbell way down low. 4 wide through the tri-oval. All going on behind Major Robinson as the field comes to the white flag. What can he do? Can he hold off the rest of the pack? Robinson with a couple of a car length lead. Cody Lamas is broken free. He's trying to chase the 85 down. Onto the back straightaway. Lamas looking for clean air. Down to the inside. Look at the run that the 48 has. Robinson can't stop him. Lamas down to the inside, trying to steal the lead away. Into turn 3, Lamas is by. He is the new leader. Can Robinson make one last dash at him? Derek Hamill and Luke Martin behind him to help. Off of turn 4 for the final time. And it looks like the 85 isn't close enough. Here comes Cody Lamas. He's going to breeze through the tri-oval, and he will be the first rookie to win this season. And it's going to be Lamas winning at Talladega. Outstanding. Can you believe what you've just seen here today, ladies and gentlemen? In one of the most exciting finishes I've ever seen for the series, Cody Lamas will emerge victorious and will become a winner for the first time in his career in the Speed Racing Series presented by Middle Road Energy, just like Aiden Smith did last week at Homestead. And he's going to take that bright green Mountain Dew machine into victory lane as he gets the win today for Martin Motorsports and for Ford. But my, oh my, I'm just glad I finally get to breathe. That was some insane racing during that final 5-lap restart. So many drivers determined, anxious, hungry, fighting for victory as the laps were ticking down. We thought it was going to be Major Robinson for a moment. He had the lead at the white flag. But ultimately, that final surge that the 48 had down the back straightaway was enough to do it. Robinson ultimately didn't have what it took to block him, and Lamas used that Martin Motorsports power to blast on by, and is going to be a first-time series winner, and that's the 5th one, I believe, that we've gotten in Season 3. Dylan Young, Jesse Turner, James Ellison, Aiden Smith, and yep, Cody Lamas. I stand corrected. That is 5 first-time winners that we've gotten this season. But I'm just so happy with how this turned out. This definitely slayed the first 2 seasons that we've had here. But this just makes me even more pumped up for what Atlanta is going to bring for us. Or heck, even when we go back to Daytona for Season 4 for the next superspeedway race we're going to have. I'm so excited for the finale and also this upcoming season. So many questions left to be answered. We have to check on the points championship too. But first, let's look over your top 10. Cody Lamas, winner for the very first time over Major Robinson, who gets denied a home track win. Derek Hamill for Starcom Enterprises finishes a career best 3rd. Logan Cloud and Luke Martin round out the top 5 for the Martin team. Then it's another Martin driver in Noah Hart in 6th. Scott Roush, a top 10 at his home turf and a good points day too in 7th. Charles Sanford gets 8th. And then the 2 S3 Motorsports teammates of Zayden Davidson and Roberto Crown Jr. complete the top 10 today. Now how about the other points contender, James Ellison? He comes home in 11th. So Ellison still ends up with a decent amount of points today. And like I mentioned, Bishop, he's only maybe going to get 1 or 2 points today, and it's 96 points for 11th place. And Ellison was 93 behind Bishop before this race began. Oh boy, people, I think we may have a new points leader on our hands going into Atlanta. I believe Ellison may have just taken over the points lead with the finish this afternoon. Wow, what a twist this is. Bishop, he might be the one who's chasing the 61 when we go to Atlanta. And as for Scott Roush, even though he did get a top 10, I'm not too confident that's going to be enough to keep him mathematically alive. Still, nonetheless, Roush and that 50 team, they've had an awesome season, getting a win at Dover and just being strong all season long. But Roush, he'll try and at least fight for a 3rd place points finish. Anyway, y'all, that's just about going to do it for us here at Talladega Superspeedway. I definitely hope that race satisfied all the thrills you were seeking to fill, as this one's going to give us a lot of momentum going into our championship finale at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just 1 round of the season to go. Bishop and Ellison are going to go into round 20 by an ultra-thin margin, for the points chase. So you're just going to have to tune in and see for yourself how this championship is going to go down in Hotlanta. Here come your race results and your point standings following round 19. One last congratulations to your winner this afternoon, Cody Lamas, and we'll see how you guys in the finale. Have a great day.